so Marc does know how to preview.
I found out today.
Yeah, you damn right.
See more investigating.
Hey, yo, subscribe to that shit and watch it, man. Subscribe, bro.
No.
Subscribe to our shit, nigga. Niggas
No, I'm not subscribing.
Niggas subscribe to your shit, nigga.
I didn't ask you to.
No, actually,
Imagine
you made
me
fun.
outside begging.
You made fun of niggas.
Sub.
Please. You made fun of niggas not subscribing.
And I did sub to your shit when violence. Ice. Violence. I did sub to your shit when violence was going on.
I'm saying,
Like the color purple?
And that's violence too. Actually.
Not at all, man. It was. But
You chose violence.
That was Marc knows violence.
You chose violence.
I didn't
So
choose
you
violence.
looking at the wedding, bro?
McKnight chose violence.
No, you chose
Why,
violence.
did he shoot back so you had to up the ante?
So I gotta go grab your family?
I know people will think that this was about pettiness or.
Nah, you doubled down.
No, this was not about pettiness at all. This was pure greed. I really wanted the money. No, I'm kidding. After so Brian McKnight did what he did. I responded here, and to me, it was kind of over.
Yeah.
But I was given the opportunity to interview.
To kick a horse, right? Kick a horse while he's down.
No, I mean, if somebody reaches out and says, "Hey, the family wants to be able to tell their side," I want to be able to give.
He's a journalist, y'all.
Yeah, as a journalist, I feel like it's
Hey,
important.
Marc, take that shit. Angela Rye. Take that shit.
I'm serious.
Take that shit to the native
You
land.
gave a nigga a warning and said, yo, if you.
I've interviewed them multiple times.
Yeah.
Don't make me start.
Don't
But
let
this
me
is
stop.
probably why he asked that question earlier about 50 and his intentions.
it's about-
Because of
Not at all.
You did the math.
Yeah.
This is the thing. The shit that I told Brian, the shit that I told Brian McKnight I wouldn't say in public, I didn't say in public, and they didn't say in public in the interview. There's so much shit that Brian McKnight has said and done according to them.
Which one?
Both. But the senior is the one that we really need to talk about. And they did an interview. It was an hour and a half, great conversation. But for me, the point was healing. I wanted to be able to create a space for them to share their pain.
Hey, big dog.
Marc.
Hey, Mark.
We got it.
You ain't even gotta.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious.
It's us.
There's people watching. And I want them to know.
But
The
get shit
people
off.
that are watching you here from
Already
here,
know.
They kind of getting a good idea.
I think when y'all see it, you're gonna be very surprised. It's a good healing interview. They were very happy with it at the end.
I didn't know you was a chiropractor. I didn't know your doctor. I didn't know your doctor was in healing. I didn't know you was a.
Yes, I want people to be able to talk and grow and heal, and they did. And I think it was a good conversation. They broke down a lot of shit. They refuted some of the stuff he said in his interview.
Why you ain't put it on YouTube?
It'll be on YouTube. I like to give early. I like to give early access to my Patreon followers.
Samesies.
That's what I learned from you.
Samesies.
So it will. You know, I didn't necessarily want to say that because that makes people more likely to wait.
I know they curse me out every time I do it.
But yeah, but early access. But I want everybody to eventually be able to see it. But for the foreseeable future, yeah, they should go to Patreon, support it.
But what do you say to the people that say that, like Brian McKnight Sr. said that he was open to come have a conversation and / debate with you directly?
We should. But that doesn't mean that his family doesn't have a right to have a platform and to be able to speak back to what they've already said. Because Brian can't do all the talking. Brian should be able to do as many interviews as he wants, but his family has a right to speak out. And they've been quiet. And so BJ, Brian Jr.
Which one?
the OG Jr.
Got it.
And
Junior
Julie
first.
McKnight, his ex-wife, they wanted to be able to speak back to some things that were being said about them, and they wanted a safe place to do it. One of the things they said was they respected my platform and my history of giving fair interviews, and so that's why they chose to allow me to do it.
When you try to
blow
broker
your nose, you got something in your nose.
You good?
Yo,
good, Lord?
Would you try to broker sit down?
You do this thing with your nose when
We talking bullshit. You need some tissue?
Adrian Machini.
Good people. What are they? You just heard a brand new clip from the most recent JBP episode. Additionally, it appears that Joe has expressed his disapproval of Marc's recent actions. He immediately asks why Marc Lamont Hill would get in touch with Brian McKnight's kids, not kids, but kids and ex-wives, do an interview. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, Brian McKnight called out Marc Lamont Hill in an interview a little more than a week ago. He continued by saying the following.
Who's that Mark, the guy, the political
Marc
guy?
Lamont Hill.
Let me tell you something. I'd destroy that dude.
Yeah.
I would destroy him. Not physically, but
No,
in
I
a
understand
debate.
what you're saying.
Because you don't even know me. But you call
Right.
me an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I look at Marc Lamont Hill. There's this segment of people that are what I like to call, they like to champion themselves as intellectuals, right? And that they truly believe that they're smarter than everybody else. But I don't really believe that because I never see the results.
Right.
It never translates, right? So
I see people hand him I see people handing him his ass all the time.
yeah, it's easy.
So, family, this is your brother, Marc Lamont Hill. I know you've heard all the Brian McKnight rumors and gossip and innuendo. Well, now it's time to get the real story. Join me on my official Patreon channel for an exclusive interview with his ex-wife, Julie McKnight, and his oldest son, Brian McKnight Jr., only on Marc Lamont Hill official Patreon.
Listen, I speak with your ex-wife and children, and they tell me things that you have done that the public does not know about. And if they were to find out, it would make you look 100 times worse than you already do. Marc would threaten Brian McKnight after learning about the interview. Therefore, I believe it would be best if we just left it here, brother. If you don't want me to divulge those things, brother, that's what he said. Brian McKnight didn't say anything else after that tirade. Everyone simply assumed that this was just another one of Marc's outbursts. In any case, Brian McKnight is not really interested in talking to Marc. We all assumed it was left there. A few days later, Marc Lamont Hill posts on his Patreon that he conducted an exclusive interview with the son and ex-wife of Brian McKnight. Family, peace. This is Marc Lamont Hill, your brother. I'm sure you've heard all the innuendos, rumors, and gossip about Brian McKnight. It's time to hear the truth now. Join me on my own Patreon channel for an exclusive interview with his oldest son, Brian McKnight Jr., and his ex-wife, Julie McKnight, available only on Marc Lamont Hill's official Patreon. Which I find corny. Many people supported it, but that's just because they love JBP. They don't give a damn, they support anything Marc does. However, I'm impartial and this bothers me. I think this is corny. I find this to be clout chasing. And I've stated this several times. This move bothers me. Additionally, as since Joe actually challenged him, it appears that his co-host disapproves of this approach as well. Not just Joe anyway, Ice and Parks. They recall Marc responding, "Yo, I thought you said you were going to leave it alone. Why would you make the extra effort to interview Brian McKnight's ex-wife and child while he remains silent?" I just don't understand it. However, it appears that Joe and the team disapprove of Marc Lamont Hill's actions. And additionally, this might be the first, yes, I believe that this may be the first instance in which the group disagrees with Marc. Aside from that, he was simply giggling the entire time. Flip is somewhat similar, but it doesn't appear that the others are. They object to the move, especially Joe, since Flip even said, "Yo, Joe, why don't you subscribe to his Patreon to watch the interview?" Joe responds, "No, he went too far. You just go too far once the children are involved." In this regard, I concur with Joe. But what are your thoughts? Do any of you think that Marc is losing ground? Do you guys think that people are beginning to recognize Marc for who he really is? Do you think Marc's justification for interviewing Brian's son and ex-wife is credible? Do you guys really think that Marc reached out to them to have an open discussion and give them a place where they could be vulnerable and give it their all? Or did Marc do this to make things messy? As if he did something to be messy. This is a rhetorical question, as if he intended for it to be messy, but he made an effort to present it as something that would help their family recover. Like, what are we doing in this place? However, as I mentioned, please share your thoughts in the comments. Until the next occasion, deuces.